Welcome back to another NFL Film Room. This time, we're going to go over Daniel Jones, the former starting quarterback for the New York Giants, and who many consider a first-round bust for those Giants. And free agency pickup by the Indianapolis Colts, $14 million a year for this year. Supposedly, quote unquote, competition at the quarterback position for starting quarterback and another first round pick in Anthony Richardson. I'm going to break down what Jones does well, what he doesn't do well, and why I think this is actually not a bad signing. I know a lot of you think this is an absolute horrible signing for the Colts. I'm going to try to show you why I think this is actually a pretty good signing overall, especially what was available in the NFL at the free agency position for me. Let's get into it. Now, the first thing I'm going to discuss is the fact that the narrative going around is that he is the one of the two worst accuracy quarterbacks in the NFL, him and Richardson, and that narrative is just not true at all. Yes, 2 years ago he had a bad quarterback completion percentage, but that doesn't necessarily rotate on accuracy, as you Colts fans will know. I mean, a lot of the issues with the completion percentage for Anthony Richardson, yes, he had some bad passes, but there was a lot of drops as well, and not exactly the greatest of placements. Even though it hit hands, they still weren't caught. A lot of that is also with Daniel Jones. Now, I'm going to say that his short and medium level passes are incredibly accurate, and I'm going to show that here. I'm going to show you also where some of the, completion percentage is a bad thing for him. Now, last year, just to kill the narrative, he had over a 63% completion percentage. He actually had a higher completion percentage than fellow AFC South quarterback Stroud, C.J. Stroud. Yes, he had a higher completion percentage than him last season before he got benched. But let's take a look at this right here. Let's watch his play. You see him getting ready to take this snap. This is a very good timing play. Gets him on the out route. Gives him enough time, enough room for him to make a play. Right. Now let's get on this side. It's a beautiful delivery. Great accuracy. Right out there. Right about the numbers. That's a thing that Anthony Richardson has an issue with. He tends to overthrow some of these short and intermediate passes or just put way too much heat on them. Daniel Jones don't seem to do that. Really good in that situation. Does he have the arm strength that Anthony Richardson has? Absolutely not. But he's got accuracy over him at especially the low level, as you can see right here. Now, all these clips are from when they played the Cowboys. I think it was week 3, week 4, somewhere around in that general vicinity. So, this is a game where they lost. They lost this game. Daniel Jones played fairly well in this game. But let's take a look at this play right here. Right. All right, so it's a good play. He looks, throws. Oh, that's gorgeous play. He slipped. Had he not slipped, he probably would have had a lot more yardage on that. A lot more yardage. But as you can see right here, this is a good play right here. Takes a snap, looks midfield. He looked midfield. Now he's checking over. Bam, sees it, pats once, drops it. Great timing, great pass. That's just all around a really good play by Daniel Jones. And that's a mid-level throw. That's like 20 yards, okay? And that was on the money. Really good timing. Dead right between the numbers. Gave his player an opportunity to make a play after the catch. That's a big deal. Okay, that is a very big deal. Wasn't a ton of arm strength, but there was enough there to get the ball on time. Okay, and that's what we're looking for in a starting quarterback. Another thing Daniel Jones does well is, right along the sideline. Right on the sideline, I think he does a great, like I said, if it's short or intermediate along the sideline, he's very, very accurate. Let's watch this play right here. Good snap. He knows where he's going right away. He sees it. He throws it. And that's there. Ball's in his hands. Guy has a foot in. All he's got to do is drag that foot. He doesn't. He's out of bounds. That was a beautiful pass. Should have been caught. Should have been first and goal at like the 2 or 3 yard line. But instead, look at that. Ball's in his hands right here. Ball's. Plenty of space. He's got like 2 yards to get inbounds. 1, 2. Nope. Doesn't do it. Perfectly placed ball. Perfectly placed ball. But that's an incomplete. Goes against Daniel Jones, even though Jones throws a perfect pass. Like I said, a lot of this isn't, his completion percentage a couple years ago does not necessarily reflect his accuracy. He's very accurate. Sometimes the play just doesn't go in your favor for one reason or another. Now, there is a negative. There's a positive and a negative in this video, in this clip right here. Okay? A positive and a negative. Let's watch the play first. There's the positive. Now's the negative. That's not good. All right, so let's get back here. Watch the play. Obviously, the positive is, and that's something that a lot of people are going to discuss and have discussed, is the fact that he is a mobile quarterback. He can run the football. He can escape the pocket, and he shouldn't. He needs to, because his offensive line that he's had in front of him his entire career with the Giants has been absolute and utter trash. Garbage. All right? There's no questioning that. And he's had to run for his life a lot. Okay? And here, he's got a guy, bam, they're pretty darn quick. Ain't nobody open to throw to, right? He's got to escape it. He escapes him, gets outside. Now, his problem is he waits too long to throw the football. Either A, you get that ball to him right now. Right now. He waited. Waited too long. This guy right here is already kind of scooping inside to get to him. Now, still gets a little bit of positive out of that play. What should have been a sack. Had he thrown a little earlier, the guy was actually reading Jones as he's coming back here. He's reading him. All right? Watch. He escapes the pocket. He's reading him. He's not watching him. He's not watching him. He's far enough back. If he throws this ball now to the inside, he could cut inside, maybe get some extra yardage, right? Because he's already moving this way, all right? This guy's already moving this way. So you get that, or even catch and just, heel turn inside. You got a blocker here. But because he waits, he's already scooted out. And now he's looking. See, he's got his arms out. He's looking around. He sees. Now, Jones then throws at the last second. As the guy in front of him comes up on him, he's able to now come in and make this tackle. If he'd have threw it a little bit earlier, and that's my problem, okay? A lot of times he waits for windows a little too late. And that does hurt his completion percentage. Because then guys are able to get there and collapse in on a receiver a little bit faster. You see that a little more than what I'd like to see from Daniel Jones, and that's where a lot of the incomplete passes come from. Is it's very accurate. The ball is there on the numbers, but he waits too long on the window. Now we've talked about this with Anthony Richardson sometimes, right? Same deal with that situation where Anthony Richardson waits too late in the window, and the defender is able to get to the receiver about the time the ball gets there. It makes it a much more difficult play, let alone completion. All right. On this play, I don't even know how Daniel Jones gets this ball off, let alone the accuracy of this thing. This is an absolute beautiful play, all right, by Daniel Jones. And again, let's watch. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Again, like I said, drop balls, right? Beautifully played pass. Watch this, all right? Here's the handoff. The play is going to happen over here. So he's facing this way to try to redirect the defense, right? Because the run option is going this direction. Yeah, Mike is right there. He's not going to run a heavy defense on this side. We're not running it. We're going to wait on dude to cut back outside. All right. Watch how he turns, sets, throws, wide open. Beautiful decision on this pass. All right. He could have made 2 plays on this. He could have threw it here, or had he waited a second, the tight end's coming around, he's going to be cleared out. You got another open guy right here. Okay? This is a great design play. This is a Shane Steichen type design play. Okay? And the accuracy in which he delivers this football, bam, right there, right here, he's able to catch, turn, go upfield with the ball. This is a beautifully designed play. And the guy just drops the football. Ow. That's not on Daniel Jones. That's not on Daniel Jones at all. That was a perfectly played play by Daniel Jones. It's just, sometimes you can't help when the stat sheet does not reflect the performance of a specific player. This is an intriguing play by Daniel Jones. He has 2 options here. One, an easier pass, easier completion, less chance for an explosive play, and then the tougher pass, a little bit further downfield. Let's watch. Whew. All right, you seen that. That was a tough pass to make. He threaded the needle, got that in between 2 defenders. Great play. But did you see the easier option that was in front of him? All right. Now, the thing is, this is odd because I don't see Daniel Jones doing this very often and take the harder pass downfield when he's got a wide open option right in front of him for positive yardage. Okay. But he does here. Okay. And he takes the snap, got the crosser route. Bam, dude, he's open. Wide open over. This dude's standing still. He's moving this way. All right. Look at that. See? Look at that. Why he could have threw this ball right out here. Now the safety's going to break down now. But quick pass early on, or even right now, quick pass out here. Safety's not going to get there in time. He's still going to have time to catch that ball. He's going to pick up a few yards. Right? Easy play. Instead, look who he's throwing to downfield. Now, this is a tight pass. Bam. Got him. Watch where this ball is delivered. Now, had he thrown this ball a little bit earlier, again, window was closing on him. But had he thrown this a little bit earlier, is probably a better option, a better play here. But look how tight this window is. Bam. Right there. Right on him. You could not ball's coming. Oh, right, perfect pass. Now he's tackled, obviously, between 2 guys. Well, that is a really great, just what I'm saying. Short to mid, dude's got really good accuracy. Doesn't have a cannon for an arm, but he's pretty darn accurate. I've discussed this and discussed this and discussed this. The Giants' offensive line has been garbage, all right, and he's had to deal with it. And I feel like Daniel Jones probably has a lot of the New York Jets syndrome with their quarterback, shell shock, right? Constantly under pressure. We've all seen clips of Daniel Jones making stupid ass decisions, throwing the football and turning the football over. Okay. Now, granted, every quarterback in the NFL has done that if they played, at least a couple years as a starter. Right? Every quarterback, even Anthony Richardson, everybody's done it. Okay. We've even seen Andrew Luck do that multiple times. But the problem is, this guy has no offensive line. He's running for his life half the time out here, right? He's out here And on top of that, there's hardly any run game, right? Bam, look at it. Look, you can't. What was he supposed to do in this situation, right? What's he supposed to do? This is a designed play for him to roll out. And look, they're blocking. Everybody's blocking. This is a design play for him to roll out. Who was blocking the defensive end? Nobody. You see his angle. He's blocking out here. This is an option play. It's an option for him to either hand the football off, which at this point, I would have rather him handed the football off, right? But it's either him or him. Now, normally, in this situation, you freeze the defender. But the defender had downfield momentum. He should have handed it off. But at the same time, okay, let's talk about their run, the run game of the Giants. They had, I think, 3, maybe 4 games that were good running games, right? I think they had 4 games that were 150 or more yards. They didn't have a 200-yard game rushing last season, but I think they had 450 or more. They won 1 of those games. Okay, 1. And you know how many games they had 80 yards or less rushing? 7. 7. If you have less games of 80 yards or less as a team, almost twice as many as you have 150 yards or more as a team, that's not a good thing. That means teams are not respecting your run. They're always going to be coming at the quarterback. All right. Which also puts why, that whole situation of Daniel Jones you look at his touchdown interception ratio, 7 to 8, right? That's bad. But that's because they had no run game. They had no short yardage threat. When you're inside the 5 or inside the 10, the only way they were getting in is if Daniel Jones was throwing the damn football, okay? That's a problem. That's a problem. You got to be able to run the football so that not all the pressure is on the quarterback. But all the pressure is on the quarterback. I mean, it's not like, after they 10 games in, they benched him, went with DeVito and Drew Lock, right? How many games did they win out of the 7 left? 1. They won a single game after that. Daniel won 2 in his 10. It's not a good situation, okay? It's not a good situation for any quarterback in that. I feel like the Colts have a better offensive line. Their running game right now is better. Now, before he had Saquon Barkley, and I'm going to say Jonathan Taylor's, in the ballpark. I'm not saying he's better than Saquon. I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say he's in that ballpark. Right now, I feel like, they have a better receiving core. I get that they had Malik Neighbors last year, but, he was a rookie, okay? And I feel like the Colts have 3 solid receivers that anyone could go to. Now let's look at this last play here real quick. Like I said earlier, people want to compare Daniel Jones to Anthony Richardson, and the only comparison there is that they're both mobile, okay? Because Daniel Jones' accuracy is short and mid throws. He's not accurate on the deep pass. Whereas Anthony Richardson is the flip opposite. He's accurate on the deep pass, but not as accurate on the short and mid throws, right? Like, for instance, right here on this play, let's look. He's got a free play. We got right here, right? Bam. Free play right now. Daniel Jones sees it. There's the flag. He's got a free. Dude is wide open downfield. He underthrows him. Are you shitting me? Okay? Wide open downfield. Busted coverage right now. He knows it's there. All he's got to do is lead it out in front of him, and the defender has no chance at catching up. None. All he's got to do is lead it out in front of him. He takes, I don't know if he just doesn't have the arm strength or if he's taking, hey, I'm just going to throw it up there and hope the receiver makes a play on it, Instead, the defender's able to run underneath the football and catch it. That should have been a touchdown pass, quite frankly. as I said, Daniel Jones, look, he's got a little bit of shell shock in him because of the bad offensive line. He does make kind of wookie-woo decisions occasionally, all right, when he's under pressure. And those are the two big negatives on Daniel Jones. Obviously, you think about Daniel Jones and that whole, wide open run down the field, trip over your own shoelaces type thing. That does come to mind, But the fact of the matter is, he still made all that yardage, right? He still made a hell of a play. Should have been a touchdown, but he still made a hell of a play on that play. But here's the deal. I think this is a great signing just because they're both, Anthony Richardson and him are both really good athletic quarterbacks. Daniel Jones is better at the short mid. Anthony Richardson is better at the deep pass. They could help each other out. I'm not saying Daniel Jones is going to win the quarterback competition and be the starter day one like a lot of these guys out here are saying. Like a lot of your national media are really believing that Daniel Jones is going to win out over Anthony Richardson. If Daniel Jones wins out over Anthony Richardson, the Colts have a lot of problems, okay? But I like Daniel Jones in this situation. You got to remember, Anthony Richardson, in his 2 years here, does not have a great track record of starting football games. Injury has sidelined him quite a bit. I will guarantee next year Daniel Jones is at least playing 3 games, okay? You need somebody. My top 2 guys was Justin Fields and Daniel Jones because of their skill sets. Because I feel like those 2 guys were great at this situation for Shane Steichen and his style of offense. And the fact of the matter is, I didn't want to pay a 2-year, $20 million a year contract for Justin Fields. All right. This is a good quarterback competition. I feel like both these guys can make each other better. And that's why I think this was a good signing. Not necessarily, one that's going to hit it out of the park. You're not signing your next franchise quarterback for long term. That wasn't the idea. It was about getting competition, helping to teach Anthony Richardson, helping get Anthony Richardson over that hump. And this, I think, will do it. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Tag that notification bell so that you are notified next time I go live or upload a video. My videos will be coming out on a regular now. Just now getting over my mother with the situation that's going on with her. Getting everything situated. I will be back with Believe in Colts with my guy Donald Thomas as well. And until next time, as usual, I'm Lawrence Owen. This is Colts Law, and I want you to have a good one.